Okay, welcome to Stampscaping 101, continuing on with the kind of the review of some of the scenes that we've been sent over the years. I have this arrangement of scenes by a Mickey Jessen that used to, I guess, demonstrate or teach classes at a store out in Nebraska. Thematically, they're all very consistent as far as their look, but one of the things I really like about these is just the way they've been matted and framed off with these really nice papers and the photo corners. These ones are, it looks like they're all metallic. They're either silver or kind of a golden corner, and it just gives the scenes a really nice look. And then they've edged all of their cards here additionally with metallic marker, I don't know, I guess framing. They look really nice, and kind of the colors are all kind of the matting are, you know, somewhat within the theme of the, I don't know, the Mickey's color palette here. They're all kind of, I don't know what color to describe these with. They're kind of, I don't know, they're kind of a rich mid-tone, I don't know, kind of almost an iridescence. They're not metallic inks or anything like that, but like a lot of the mats are, they're kind of like a star dream paper, you know, that little shiny fleck in it. So I don't know, it kind of brings out the colors of the scenes and gives it this kind of, I don't know, royal look to it. A lot of purples and golds in there. This one's a real simplistic kind of Asian inspired piece right here. But anyway, some really great cards by Mickey. Let me see. These are some samples right here done by Rich, who used to be one of the owners of the store out in Lake Elsinore. But these samples here were this technique that he used. I think he used a stamp positioner and would do multiple colors on the stamp itself and then stamp it down. Then he would do another color and stamp it down so that you get multiple tones and values within the impression itself. Okay, so you can see all those different colors in there, like so. And you know, it looks like brown, but you know, upon closer inspection, you can see multiple shades and values of brown within the stamp itself. And you know, so stamp positioner and kind of a nice scalpeled edge. I don't know, whatever surface. I'm guessing he cut it out after stamping it out. I'm not sure. Could have cut out the paper beforehand, but I'm guessing he did it after. But that scalpeled edge kind of makes for a nice look, you know, as opposed to always just going with a, you know, the hard edge of a, you know, a rectangle or square. I don't know, like I always do. Really nice envelope here, friend Tuttle. Just real faint impressions right here, but you know, when you're doing a an envelope, you can't have it really loud. I mean, if the address is to go in front of it, but just, you know, some ghosting of the image, probably going for multiple impressions of this same one 3 times, but you know, I mean, it makes for a nice subtle, I have to keep my thumb over here on the address, but the return address, but just a nice envelope right there. And I don't know, it's probably about 2 values of brown, I'm guessing. And the owl, or eagle, bald eagle, is also stamped in a and a dark brown. I'm guessing it's the Marby 18 and number 6. Hard to tell though for sure. Donna Robb right here. Probably a brayered background, I'm guessing. I'm not quite sure, but that's what I would guess there. And you know, just a nice framing using the boulders with lichen, palm fronds, you know, stamped around that. So catalog supplement. I don't know what year this was. It looks like 2000 and something, maybe 2000. Yeah, and I'm guessing that's the color of the brayer that she used right there. Going on to another envelope here, just a real simple, I mean, these are simple applications, but I think very effective. This is by Terry Looper. Some nice colors going on in the background, the nebula with star, and the autumn imagery used down here. So he just did this on the back of the envelope, you know, just to dress up the back of the envelope. And I guess this was really the back of it, but he used the front of it for the image, so when he just did like this, this then became the back. And I did notice this is from 2002. Okay, moving on. This one's by Jean Carolyn. A real soft look to this, you know, in terms of both the color scheme and technique. I believe it's chalks, you know. I'm not sure. That's what I'm guessing that it is. But as you can see, she's added these little, I don't know what that's called, these little, it's not glitter, well maybe it is, it's kind of like a more of a clear type of glitter effects on there, so you get that snow kind of effect down here. This is little things kind of popping up, so it's dimensional. So just a nice little touch, you know, it's a different look, and you know, a real playful, friendly look to it in the spirit of this ice skating image. Not sure what company that's from, but a nice, really nice card here. More photo stamping. I showed some of this on the first video, first or second video, I'm not sure. This is from a Lois, don't know the last name. Just a real simple, you know, looking composition. I'm guessing the photograph was probably like this, I'm guessing, but in application, she used it like this. Gives it kind of a real otherworldly look, doesn't it? You know, I mean, sometimes, you know, you can see some bodies of water where you can't tell where the sky and ends and the, you know, the surface begins because of the reflective quality of water. But you know, stamp that lakeside cabin in there, just some birds, migrating birds, and you get kind of a cool looking photo stamped card. These are some scenes from Marjorie Hooper, or also known as Joni Hooper. Really great person that really knows how to build compositions. They tend to be very complex. She has a lot of imagery, and she uses a lot, and she knows how to combine them together. But anyways, as far as the Stampscape stamps in some of these compositions, they're very minimal. They're kind of more, she uses them more as the foundation for kind of the main subject matter. And when I first came up with Stampscapes, or the idea of landscape stamping, I saw it more as kind of backgrounds and foundations for stamps from other companies to be the main, I don't know, star of the scene. So just subtle usage. I mean, it's the foliage and the crooked path back there used as a foundation for this, I don't know, whatever, kind of Victorian-looking scene. Another scene right here is just the same crooked path right down below that figure, right here. The moon, the cracked earth, and the crooked path. A couple trees are Stampscapes as well, but you see it's all kind of the backgrounds, you know, and it plays a integral role, but it's really not the main subject, you know, really whatsoever. I mean, if I look at this card, you know, the first things I'm going to be looking at are, you know, kind of this imagery right here, and I kind of follow it around like that. So, you know, it just kind of plays the nice foundation for, you know, stamps from other companies, the main stars of the scene. Another one like this, as far as Stampscapes imagery, it's really subtle. It's some of the grassy textures down there, if I can kind of recognize it, but the sky in the background is the cloud cumulus, and you can see some kind of rows of pine trees back there, that ducksars and backpackers. But again, the main kind of subject of the scene is this woman right here. Even the bridge would be kind of play a more integral role as far as focal points, right? Even this lamp. But anyway, it's just background, you know, foundations, I guess you can say. Okay. Another great envelope here. This is done on kind of a natural fibered envelope. Sure. That was their last name. I forgot their first name, but just a couple impressions of those trees right there. And I'm going to say a sponged application of dye-based ink, I think. Could be stipple brushed in there too, or something like that. It's a real fine touch. I was going to say chalks at first, but I'm pretty sure that's ink. But anyways, just a kind of a fun, you know, real quick application, but very effective. Okay, this is a cork surface by Linda Lowry from 2002. So I don't know what you call this. It's just like cork. I don't know if it's cork surface or what. But this is a really cool card. You see that? That's cork, and you can see the textures on it. Of course, in a tactile way, it's, you know, it's going to be very soft. It kind of, when you get a card like this, you can't help but, you know, you have to touch it. You know, it's kind of a kinesthetic thing by, you know, having three-dimensional surfaces or items within the composition. But then again, it's cork, so, you know, it's soft. So not only is it on the surface right here, but then you open the card up and another piece of cork in there. So I'm not know the medium that she used to color it. I don't know. I don't even know what to guess. It might be multimedia. It might be something like some dye-based pens and a little bit of chalk, but I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Okay, Tyra Smith. She has a ton of samples on her website. Very innovative and experimental with her use of medium over the years. Some cool applications of the stamps. I believe this one right here was where she might have watercolored or something like that, or used pens and used some spritzing on the image itself to get kind of a watercolored look, you know, doing it on the rubber and then stamping it down like that and getting those transitions of color like you would in something like watercolor painting or something of that sort. So very soft and painterly approach. A lot of autumn tones maybe, or I don't know, maybe fall tones, and you know, using the scalloped edge and going back in with the gold pen and framing it off like that. So I don't know, you take that kind of gold, you know, mark on the side, and it's effective, but not quite as elegant without it. So just a great use of the that touch right there. Okay, and going on, I mean, this really looks like she painted the whole thing, right? And I don't know, it's almost, I would say it's an equal parts painting as it is any kind of impression. This is the Autumn Bank, right? And the way she's used it, you know, by, you know, inking it up and, you know, probably adding some water tones or something like that and stamping it out, it gave it a really watery touch. And then she's added these watercolor types of marks and backgrounds with, you know, strictly with brushwork. So, a very soft look and almost, well, I would say completely unrecognizable as a stamped impression. Changing up much more, instead of going from something subtle, or going from something subtle to something very dramatic, is this. This is getting from Tyra. Crystalscape, Ocean Crystalscape. I'm not sure what these colors are, but she called it crystal. I'm guessing this was stamped on some kind of clear mylar maybe, or something like that, and there's colors on the other side of it, so I think these image might have been stamped in something akin to StazOn or something like that. I think. And then colored on the back. But I don't know, not quite sure, but it's pretty cool. He's that kind of that sparkly surface too. You can see it down in the water too, where it's really sparkly and shiny. I don't know, kind of almost like real water with kind of specular light reflecting. Okay, another one with that same technique, but framing it off with this palm frond right here. But again, you get that nice shimmer, shimmery surface to it. Really makes it pop, doesn't it? Kind of looks almost three-dimensional like that, especially when you have it kind of, I don't know, juxtaposed against kind of a more flat surface like that, you know, having this deep kind of window. It's almost like looking into another dimension or something like that. Okay, another envelope back. They stamped these trees out here with a rainbow pad. I mean, you can kind of tell, right? You know, see the transitions like that? Kind of a real fun, you know, quick way to introduce a range of tones into your impressions, you know, very quickly, and effective too. But that must be some kind of textured stamp, not from us, but from some other company. Kind of that pop of color really looks good on there to me. And look what they've done here with these side trees like this. Just having that bit of tree on each side kind of frames this off really nicely. You take away these trees, and I mean, it looks okay, but you add that element in there, and it kind of just frames it off, you know, more effectively as a composition. And this was by Terry again, Terry Looper. Just a simple scene in here. I'm trying to think of what coloring method they might have used. I'm not quite sure. It looks like but the imagery, it's like a really solid flat black. I don't know if it would be like a StazOn, could be just a thick ink, more like a memento or something like that. But this is from Bet Hill. I like the colors that are going up in the sky. You really can't. It's the cloud cumulus, but you really can't even see it anymore. But I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But having that extra texture up there of that pink against those blues just makes it rich in terms of the subtle transitions going on in here. So see the same thing going on down here. You get some of that pink that's reflecting the sky. So reflective surfaces, you know, water's a perfect opportunity for doing something like that with surfaces. I'm guessing this is Joni again, Joni Hooper. But again, using the Stampscapes as kind of more of a foundation. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see it more. Colored pencil and I don't know if there's any dye-based ink in here or pen work at all, but just a really cool composition right here. There must have been a ton of scenes in here because this is a very expensive mailing. This is probably from 10 years ago or something like that. There's like 3, 4 first-class postage stamps on there. But anyways, yeah, going back again, you know, just a foundation for the main subject matter, which would be certainly this crane and figure, and even these trees right here kind of stand out as, you know, kind of the main focal points of the scene. So, quite an envelope. All right, Norris Wakamoto from Hawaii. She did a lot of scenes in the last video, but this is she took one of our catalogs and made kind of this front of this book right here, or front and back of it. This one always confused me. I don't know. Some of you might watch this and know what this type of thing is, but I was like thinking, how do you open this up here? You know, it's this book where, or I don't know, not book but project, where you open it up like this and you have a scene, right? And you can't open it up back here, right? But then you close it up, right? And then this opens up. It opens up into another scene. So I always kind of looked like back in this crack right here, and I could see that other scene down there, but there it is. It always confused me, and I haven't looked at this in years and years and years, but when I got it again, I pulled this out. I was thinking, what? And I was like trying to peek in here again. And it confused me all over again. Then I realized, oh yeah, that thing, it opens like that, you know? But again, once you have it open like that, this thing is not going to open. I mean, I guess you could force it, but you'd probably be breaking it. But there it is. So kind of fun. Right? In 2 different compositions, so. What that's called, I have no idea. This is a nice little booklet. And I think this is from Maurice too. The rubber band on this one broke. But what you did was you open this up like this. You have the scene right here. And you open it up like this. And then this thing used to go point like that and pop out like that. You know, but I noticed in here, you know, when you're talking about like a 10-year-old rubber band snapped in there. But look at this composition like this. It's kind of fun. Like that. You know, you have this little cabin, you know, that was dimensional. That pops out. Jeannie Siegel. She has a lot of scenes up on our website in the gallery section, but she liked one of her favorite things to do was just to do monochromatic composition. She was into the compositional aspect of it, and she likes black and white artwork, so she didn't add any other tones to most of the scenes that she submitted, kind of in the gallery section, but really nice pieces right here, you know. Just done just strictly with the impressions, not, you know, you don't have to finish, you know, anything. You don't have to do anything to this composition right here, but she was really good at combining imagery and really free form. She would do all kinds of things, even kind of abstracts with the image as well. Yet another scene from Joni right here. Again, the foundation of it, you know, there's a few of our, let's see, I guess that's the crooked path. I was going to say some of our grass texture, but I think what she used as a part of the crooked path over in these areas. You know, she didn't even really need to, because there's a lot more things going on over there, but, you know, just adding that extra texture in there. It's a nice touch. There's the pine row in the background. I think this is the same kind of Victorian house as that last one, but it's kind of, you know, pushed in the background a little bit more with the use of trees. And then the alto cumulus cloud in the sky. And again, this is, there's a lot of colored pencil, Prismacolor type of work in here. Maybe there might be some other types of media as well, but I'm not really sure. This is a little piece right here. You can see it's a three-dimensional one. Let's see. Hand-stamped and crafted by the Phantom, aka Doris Aundt. I don't know how you pronounce that. 1996. But anyways, this is the Phantom's piece. I guess that's what she is known as. But anyways, this is what a great little piece right here. You know, it's three-dimensional. You can see it right here. You know, it's probably been a little bit smashed over the years, but just talking about the construction of this itself. Look at these layers of depth within here, and she's even treated this one with what do you call this? Glitter embossing. It's the tree trunk trio. This is the tree trunk trio here. That one's also embossed, and then you have a gold embossed leafless limbs right here. But just on the flaps right here, she's placed kind of this saying. I don't know if that's, well, Old Man Adit, I think, right here it says. I don't know if kind of both of those are from it, or if it's one single kind of poem or quote, but a great little piece right here, isn't it? Let me see, here's another one from Jeannie Siegel. Not monochromatic, but kind of subtle transitions, you know, in terms of the scene is almost more tinted with color, you know. There's not a lot of value changes in here, but she's used, in here it's more about temperature changes, you know, and subtle just grades, you know, because again, I think she likes, you know, what's going on in terms of the composition texturally and just compositionally. She didn't want to lose any of that with the use of kind of darker tones in here, so you get this tinting on here, you know, to kind of enhance the scene from a temperature standpoint. Let's see here, the ink pad, Anna, from the ink pad in New York. This is the spiral galaxy right here, stamped out and embossed in silver, and I'm guessing that blue color inside of that embossed area is probably something like radiant pearls, or, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's it, but it's something like that. But anyways, and then they've gone around it with a gold, yeah, it's gold, I don't think it's copper, but a gold pen, and added those little flourishes like that. So this makes for a nice, it makes for a nice card in just a one stamp application. Okay, this is from Sue. I'm not sure what Sue that was. Sorry, Sue, if you see this, but really great composition right here. I love the quote on the side here, but I was going to say, I'm looking closely at this. I don't think this was masked off that beam of light coming from the lighthouse. I think they just... this might have been with the tonal applicator, because it looks like it's all dots, but they've created, just a, before this quote was glued or pasted or whatever, taped on there, they've just kind of tapped a straight line on there somewhere. I don't know, there might have been like a mask down there or something like that, but anyways, just a real kind of nice composition, to incorporate the quote in here, and the use of yellow in there to give it a temperature change, a very isolated, sparse application of temperature for dramatic effect within the windows here. And then you have a little bit of this, I think they use some sort of a brush or something like that with, I'm going to guess, some silver ink or something like that. I remember seeing this scene back when, wondering what they did on that, but I never really thought about it much beyond that. But I think what this is down here is, I think it's silver ink or something. See that? It's kind of capturing that color. And it was probably in one of those silver metallic pigment ink pads or something like that. I'm just taking a wild guess here, and they somehow put it on some sort of applicator. I don't know if it'd be a brush. It almost doesn't look like brushwork, but then they've kind of tapped it down there for that kind of textural splashing water effect. Okay. Mary Sprinkle has a lot of scenes up on our site, and I loved her use of the Vellum paper. It's where you stamp on the back of the Vellum. I think that's the right paper. I'm thinking, yeah, I think it's Vellum. But you know how Vellum is kind of more translucent. She stamped on the back of Vellum and then flipped it over, okay, so that you have this kind of more diffused, lighter version showing through the back. And then she would stamp another, part of her scene on the other side, which is this side, and then she would color it using colored pencils or something like that. Could be something like watercolor pencils, but it's the colored pencil type of technique right here. But it really gives these projects of hers a really great look. And if you ever have a chance, you can check out her gallery. I even did an interview with her in the gallery section of our website. But isn't that a great composition? It's square too, and just some really great looks in there with a colored pencil. I've always loved colored pencil. I said I love it. I didn't say I'm any good at it or familiar with it. It's probably why I like it so much, is because I don't really do it. I'm not really good at it. Another one of those Vellum pieces right here. You can really see the depth. It's almost like you're looking through a haze of kind of fog in the background, right? And you can see those trees kind of going back. I need to adjust the my camera here, but anyways, see all those little changes of color down in the foreground with the colored pencil. Trees, foreground, trees in the background. So, I don't know, isn't this a great look? And kind of in this, it's very poetic, you know, her use of the scenes. And then she usually puts like a little poem or proverb down there and kind of a handwritten look. It gives it that extra personal touch. But this is from 2002. So a really great looking scene and technique. So anyway, that's another batch of pieces, and I hope you enjoyed them as much as I enjoyed looking back at these again. So I think I have another box of scenes, and I'll get to that one, or those, some of those, and we'll see what they are too. Thanks for watching.